Let's welcome our leader, first and foremost, the host of the show, Matthew Ross. Matthew, how you been, sir?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. Since you're the host of the show, we'll have you intro the segment with our next guest.
Oh, really?
Yes, of course. This is your segment, sir.
Okay. Fine. I'm nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous, Matt. This is your show, sir.
All right. Sir, what is it to sir?
Anyway, let's bring in the music first and foremost.
All right.
Here we go. Here you go, Matt. Your segment, sir.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Moe. Hello, Montreal. Good to be with you for a Tuesday night. I am on the phone. I'm not in studio, unfortunately, this evening. But that doesn't mean that we can't have some fun in our regular segment we call GamePoints Radio. And as the music says it all, pretty much, Kenny G, we'll bring in our next guest. She is a writer for the Washington Post. You can follow her on twitter.com/Cindy Boren. We welcome in Cindy Boren. Hi, Cindy. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you? I've never had a song before. This is so exciting.
I know. It's riveting. Well, thank you so much for staying awake. I know you have an early call, so we appreciate you humoring us this evening.
My pleasure. How's it going? Let's talk sports.
Yes. Let's talk some sports. I don't listen to my own show when I'm not in studio, so I hope they were talking sports, but just kidding. All right. Well, this evening, the GamePoints Radio, we present GamePoints Rendez-Vous, and this is how it works. We have three gentlemen that'll ask you questions, myself, Moe and intern Stefano Micella, which doesn't like that title, but anyway. So we'll each ask you one question, and then it's a lady's choice. You can ask us one question. You pick who you ask the question to, or you can ask one of us to ask you one more question. So that's it.
Okay.
All right. Well, so Moe, should I go, or should it be you?
You are the leader of the show, so you lead off the show, my friend.
You're so lazy. All right. Let's go with my question first, which is, you're based in the D.C. area. There's a lot of, obviously, sports going on right now, especially with the Nationals back. Who is your favorite athlete to watch locally, and why?
Well, it would be so easy to say Robert Griffin III, but, I've only had a chance to watch him for two games that matter since the season started. He's very exciting. The Redskins quarterback is dynamic. He's smart. He's always, got some sort of trick up his sleeve, and it's amazing to watch him throw the ball and run with it. He's incredible. But the person who's been the most exciting so far has been the pitcher Stephen Strasburg. I'm going to go with him rather than Bryce Harper, who's been great. But we've seen Strasburg now for a season. And almost a season, full season, if you add in the time last year, before he hurt his elbow. And he comes out there every game just throwing fire, and he's fantastic, and he didn't want to be shut down. They had a real fight on their hands when they said, "That's it, your season's over." And,
right, yeah, I was going to ask you, looking forward to seeing him pitch in the play. Oh, never mind. Yeah,
not so much.
No.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll use him as a pinch hitter. He's a pretty good hitter, and heaven knows he would love to do that. But he's, it's got to be an incredibly difficult thing to have your team be this, as hot as the Nats were until recently, and then be shut down, and just have the ball taken out of your hand. It's awful.
Yeah, it's a bit strange situation. No,
and he's a fiery kid. He's a very fiery kid.
Cindy, my question to you actually is pertaining to the two most prominent owners in the D.C. area, Ted Leonsis, owner of the Capitals and, of course, the Wizards, and Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Redskins. Mm-hmm. Who is the better-dressed owner? Is it Leonsis or Snyder?
Ooh, I'm probably going to go with probably Snyder, just because NFL owners are worth, exponentially more, even when you own a couple of teams the way Ted Leonsis does. The problem with that is you don't see as much of Dan Snyder. He's pretty well hidden. He doesn't come out and visit with people too often. You'll see him on the field sometimes before the games, and he's in a very nice suit. But, Leonsis you can see up in his box all the time, but he's usually sitting there with, a couple of hot dog stains on his suit. No. But, you can at least, he's a little more engaged with the fans than Snyder is.
All right, Stefano.
All right, Cindy, we know with the NHL lockout looming, it's not really going to matter in Canada. Fans are going to go back to the game regardless. But in an area like Washington, where it's really picked up some steam in the last few years with Alex Ovechkin, how much do you think this is going to affect the Washington area?
Everyone here loves the Caps because for so long the Caps have been the only team that won anything. The Nats have always been the team of promise, and, of course, the Redskins have always been star-crossed, and the Wizards have been just plain, awful. They'll come back because they love the Caps. I don't really think they'll be affected as long as Alex Ovechkin is playing and healthy, and doesn't go off and, be a ball boy for his girlfriend on the tennis tour. I think he'll, I think they'll be just fine. I think it'll be awful not to have hockey here for a year because it's really, really, really popular here. It's an anomaly in American cities.
I feel like Cindy has some kind of story there with the ball boy thing, but all right, let's move on.
Well, he's his girlfriend is he's following her all over while she's playing tennis to Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, the Olympics. He's everywhere. So anyway.
All right, well, now it's ladies' choice. So you have three gentlemen here. You can ask any one of us a question, or you can pick one of us to ask you one more question.
Well, let's see. I'll ask the poor intern, this question because, it's tough to be an intern. Do you guys miss the Expos? Do you miss having this fantastic team that's finally getting really, really good up there, and now, it's not that good. It's not there. It's here.
My heart was broken at 13 years old when they left, so yes, I do miss them a lot, and it really it tears me apart every day that the Nationals are now looking like a World Series contender, so I refuse to cheer for them, unfortunately, for the fine folks of the Washington area. No, I will not cheer for them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry, but thank you. We are enjoying them here.
Yeah,
thank you. That's very nice of you.
It's very nice of you.
Cindy's the meanest guest ever on this show. Cool. Well, listen. I mean, at least Stefano. At least they won't have Strasburg. That's something, right?
Yeah, that's a little something. Oh.
Well, we could have had Strasburg here.
Yeah, just think, and Bryce Harper, who's been nothing but fun. He's had a little bit of an up and down season, but boy, he's awfully exciting.
Oh, this is fantastic for the healing process right now.
Yeah, it's really not getting any better, is it?
And
Davey Johnson is really, really a good manager and funny. He's a funny manager. Great quote. You'd have really enjoyed playing clips. Well, you still could if you weren't boycotting them.
All right. Well, I'm not too sure what to make of Cindy Boren, but you can send the hate mail care of the Washington Post.
Salt in the wounds thing.
You can check out the Early Lead, which is the blog on the Washington Post's website, or you can check her out on twitter.com/Cindy Boren, Boren. Cindy, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, and you're never coming back.
Thanks so much. I enjoyed it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Cindy Boren. You can, as Matthew said, you can read her articles, of course, on the WashingtonPost.com. Matthew, I thought I was going to win, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? We called out Stefano last week. We said he was due, and he came through.
He came through in the clutch.
And then he harassed the guest.
Yes.
Oh, no, she was harassing me. Because I had spilled my guts, said how I was heartbroken, and then she just kept rubbing it in.
Well, thank you very much, Cindy. And Matt, we'll get back to you in a couple minutes' time here on Game Points. Thank you to both for coming on, and congratulations to Stefano Michello for winning a segment that I should have won.
No. In a way, we're all winners, but in a more accurate way, I'm the winner.
I had a really good second question. I really did.